One of the things that I thought we'd talk about today is going through how a real estate transaction works. And first of all, a seller basically puts their home on the market. And when they do that, there's something that's important that they need to do, and that's to fill out the seller's disclosure. And what that is to disclose everything that you know that's gone on in the house. And there's a form that we give you that you actually fill out that's several pages long that assists you with that to go through the landscaping, the plumbing, the electrical, all of those things. And so then what happens is that once your house does go on the market, then there's a lot of things. We actually have 16 systems that we put into play once your house goes onto the market to make sure within 72 hours, so it's getting the maximum exposure from multiple places and multiple ways of actually getting your house sold. And once we start marketing your house and we do get buyers into it, then, and we're going to tell very quickly, if we're marketing correctly, if the buyers are coming in. We have that original feedback is if there's no buyers, then there's something that we're not doing right or something that has to be adjusted in the price or something immediately, because we know immediately what's going on with that. And once the buyers come in and they do decide that they want to make an offer on your property, and in many cases there's times where you're going to get multiple offers on your property, and when you do that, then it's it's always going to come out to the market rate, but you're going to have the best price that you can get for your property when it comes down to a multiple offer situation. So the offer is presented, and once the offer is presented, then the other thing that has to happen is that seller's disclosure that you filled out is then actually signed by the buyer, so they're aware of everything that happened. And then we actually go into negotiations, and a lot of people think, well, the only thing to negotiate on a house is the price, which is not exactly true.
Nope.
There's a lot of things that come into play. A lot of it comes into, there's two types of contracts that can be used. One of them is an as-is contract, that everything is going to stay the way that it is, so that you do have the right to do an inspection, but if there's something that you find on that inspection, the seller's not automatically going to fix it. That's something that would have to be renegotiated, or it's something that, you might walk away from. You never know. When it comes to that inspection and everything that has to be done with that, there's sometimes you have an inspection and it might require an additional inspection. Like, for example, it might require a roofing inspector to come on top of the regular inspector to say exactly what the problems are with the roof that were identified in there. The other contract is it's just considered a regular contract, so it's not as is. And in that, there are limits of what the seller can spend on repairs or will spend on repairs. So sometimes when you're dealing with a contract like that, the seller's going to want a little bit more money for the house because they don't know what repairs are going to come up.
Yeah.
So when you're doing that, there's a lot of things that are involved in that. And then the next thing that gets inspected is the title.
Yeah, the title is done. That goes with the closing agent, so like the title company itself. They're going to make sure that it's clear, that it can transfer, from name to name, make sure there's no liens that are on the property, because, of course, you can't buy a property if there's outstanding liens. We know that are far too well with too many homes.
Yeah.
And it just makes sure that it's a clean title for the new owner to take possession of.